Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering what is database and what is DBMS. Guys, I have uploaded complete DBMS subject tutorials. I will provide link in description, you can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I will explain what is database. But before starting this, you need to know what is difference between data and information. At first, I will explain what is data. Data is a raw, unorganized, unprocessed fact, and whereas information is the processed, organized data that is beneficial in providing useful knowledge. Guys, data is nothing but it is a raw fact, and whereas we call information as processed data. Guys, I will give one example so that you can clearly understand what is data and information. Let us consider I written some numbers like 27935. This is an example of data. Data is nothing but data is a raw fact that don't have much meaning. Yes, 27935. These are numbers. It is a fact. But what are these numbers? Either these numbers are student marks or student roll numbers. We don't know. So we call it as data. Just in place of writing 27935, I will write here student scores 23579. Now we call it as information because it has meaning, like this numbers belongs to student scores. So we call it as information. Information is nothing but processed data. Next, I will explain what is database. A database is an organized collection of structured information typically stored electronically in a computer system. I will explain this definition. For example, my database name is my database. Inside this database, I created one student table. Student table contains name Raju, Ramesh, Shiva and roll number 21, 22, 23 and section ABA. A database is an organized collection. Organized collection means in database we will store data in organized format, like we will store all names in one place, all roll numbers in one place and section in one place. So we call it as organized collection. So a database is an organized collection of structured information. Structured information means in database we will store data in structured format, like we will store data in tables. Table is nothing but structured format. So a database is an organized collection of structured information typically stored electronically in a computer system. That is nothing but we will store database in computer. This is definition of database. A database is usually controlled by database management system. Shortly we call it as DBMS. Guys, DBMS is nothing but it is a software. By using this software we can create database and as well as we can perform various operations on database. Like we can create table, we can insert data in my table, we can modify data and also we can delete data. A database is a collection of related data organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, managed and updated. Guys, in database we will store related data. For example, if you consider student table, in student table we will store only student information like student name, student roll number and student section. And similarly, if you consider employee table, we will store only employee information. In database, we will store data in tables format. So it is very easy to access, manage and update data in database. Database can be software based or hardware based with only sole purpose storing data. Guys, database depends on both software and hardware. For example, if you want to create database or if you want to insert tables or if you want to insert any data in database, definitely we need database software. And in order to store data, we need hard disk. Hard disk is an example of hardware. So database can be software based or hardware based. And one and only purpose of database is to store data. Databases can store data in the form of tables depending upon the type of database. As we know, in database we will store data in the form of tables. Guys, before starting this subject, you need to learn some basics like we call it as student table. We also call this table name as relation. Table and relation both are same, don't get confused. And similarly, name, roll number and section, we call it as column names. And we also call columns as attributes or we can also call it as fields, all are same. And similarly, total there are 3 rows like Raju 21 and A section, Ramesh 22 and B section, Shiva 23 and A section. And total there are 3 rows. We also call rows as tuples or we can also call this rows as records, all are same. If you consider second row, Ramesh, rule number 22 and section B, we call it as row or we can also call it as record or we can also call it as tuple. So just you need to remember this. Next I will explain what is DBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System. DBMS is nothing but it is a software that allows creation, definition and manipulation of database. DBMS is nothing but it is a software. By using this software, we can create database and also we can perform various operations on database. DBMS provides us with an interface or tool. By using this interface or tool, we can perform various operations like we can create database, we can create tables in my database, and also we can store data, we can delete data, and we can update data and so on. These are various operations that we can perform by using this interface or tool. DBMS also provides protection and security to the databases. That is nothing but we can keep password to the database management system software. So only users, those who have password, can access database. It also maintains data consistency in case of multiple users. Meaning of consistency is correct. Guys, not only single user, there are multiple users who use single database at a time. Even though multiple users use single database at a time, data will be in consistent format. That is nothing but data will be correct. Guys, these are some of the examples of popular DBMS used these days. They are MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, IBM DB2, PostgreSQL, Amazon Simple DB. All these are examples of popular DBMS used these days. Edgar F. Codd is the founder of Relational Database Management System in early 1970s. Relational Database Management System is nothing but data which is stored in the form of tables, that is in the form of rows and columns.